Do you have any idea what your cat is actually doing the moment you fall asleep? Most people assume their cat either curls up nearby or disappears somewhere in the house for the night. But what your cat really does while you're asleep is far more fascinating than most owners ever realize. Because the moment you close your eyes, your cat changes. Their instincts become sharper. Their senses become more active. And some of the behaviors they show during those quiet nighttime hours reveal how deeply bonded they actually are to you. In fact, there's one thing cats secretly do while their owners sleep that researchers only recently started noticing. And honestly, it might completely change the way you see your cat forever. 1. Your cat checks if you're still breathing. Let's start with the behavior that surprises people the most. You know that moment when you're deeply asleep and suddenly feel a tiny paw pressing against your face, or your chest, or your arm. Most people assume their cat wants food or attention, but sometimes something much stranger is happening. Cats are extremely sensitive to breathing patterns. The moment you fall asleep, your breathing changes rhythm completely. It slows down, deepens, becomes quieter and more repetitive, and your cat notices all of it. That tiny paw against your chest or gentle tap near your face may actually be your cat checking for movement and response, a wellness check. Because from your cat's perspective, you suddenly became unusually still, and cats are biologically wired to notice that immediately. Animal behavior researchers believe this instinct comes from social survival behaviors in feline groups, where cats monitored each other for danger or illness, which means something kind of beautiful. Your cat waking you up at 2 a.m. might actually be one of the quietest forms of care they show. 2. The 3 a.m. zoomies aren't random. Now let's talk about the midnight insanity every cat owner knows. The sudden sprinting, the hallway chaos, the sound of your cat launching off furniture at maximum speed for absolutely no visible reason. It feels random, but it's not. Cats are naturally wired to become most active during twilight hours, especially dawn and dusk, because in the wild, those are prime hunting hours. Even indoor cats who have never hunted anything in their entire lives still carry that ancient programming, which means those nighttime zoomies are not just energy bursts. Your cat is essentially running a territory patrol, checking the environment, scanning the home, making sure everything feels normal and secure. And here's the emotional part people miss. Your cat considers you part of that territory. So while you're asleep, your tiny furry security guard is silently monitoring the environment around both of you. 3. Why your cat makes biscuits at night. Now let's talk about one of the most comforting behaviors cats do: kneading. That slow, rhythmic paw pressing cats do on blankets, pillows, or directly on your body. Most people think it's just cute, but emotionally, it goes much deeper than that. Kittens knead against their mother while nursing. So from the very beginning of life, that motion becomes associated with comfort, warmth, and safety. But there's another layer most people never realize. Cats have scent glands in their paw pads. So every time your cat kneads your blanket, your pillow, or the space beside you, they're releasing comforting pheromones into that area, which means your cat isn't just getting comfortable, they're emotionally claiming the space. In feline language, they're quietly saying, "This is safe. This is home. This is ours." 4. Your cat isn't staring at nothing. Now here's the moment that creeps almost everybody out. Your cat suddenly freezes in the middle of the night, staring into a dark corner of the room, eyes locked, body completely still, and meanwhile, you see absolutely nothing there. But your cat does. Cats can see in lighting conditions far darker than humans can handle. Their hearing is also dramatically more sensitive than ours. Tiny insects inside walls, pipes shifting, small vibrations, animals outside the house. Your cat is processing an entire nighttime world that humans cannot even detect. So no, your cat probably isn't seeing ghosts. They're just operating on a sensory level we don't fully experience. And honestly, that makes them even more fascinating. 5. Your cat may secretly groom you. Now this next behavior is surprisingly emotional. Have you ever woken up with your hair slightly messy or damp in one small spot for absolutely no reason? There's a real chance your cat was grooming you while you slept. And in the cat world, that's a huge deal. Cats only groom other cats they deeply trust. It's called allo grooming, and it's one of the strongest bonding behaviors felines have. Mother cats groom kittens. Bonded cats groom each other. Family groups groom each other. It is not casual behavior. So when your cat quietly grooms your hair while you're unconscious, they're treating you like part of their trusted social group. And what makes this even more meaningful is that they do it when nobody's watching. There's no reward, no reaction, no attention. It's pure affection with no audience. 6. The secret thing cats do while you sleep. And now we come back to the thing I mentioned earlier. The hidden behavior researchers noticed that most cat owners never see. Cats communicate trust through something called the slow blink. That gentle closing of the eyes around another creature. In cat psychology, it's one of the deepest signs of safety and affection. Because closing your eyes near someone means lowering your guard completely. And researchers studying nighttime cat behavior with low-light cameras discovered something incredible. Cats would quietly approach their sleeping owners, sit beside them, and slow blink directly at their faces. No audience, no reward. No reason to perform the behavior. Your cat wasn't trying to get anything from you. They were simply expressing trust and affection in the only emotional language they know. And honestly, that might be one of the most beautiful things about cats. Their deepest affection is often quiet, private, almost invisible. They don't need you to see it. They just need you to have it. So the next time you fall asleep beside your cat, remember this. While you're resting, your cat is still listening, watching, checking on you, protecting the environment around you, and sometimes quietly expressing affection in ways you may never even notice. Because cats don't always love loudly. They love silently, through routines, presence,
tiny nighttime behaviors most humans completely overlook. And once you understand those behaviors, you realize something incredible. Your cat has been showing you love this entire time.